Welcome to week 9 of NF. I'm your host, Midwest Jet, Dames Marvs, Dames and Jas, back at it. Here to talk about the games last week, coming up games. First, we'd like to start off our show by talking about a lot of big news that happened in the NFL. Huge trade weekday / coming down to the wire. All of a sudden, all these trades coming. Biggest trade day since when? Ever? Is this ever? Anyone?
It appears to be pretty big day.
Right. We have, I'm just going to try to name a few. There are actually 12 players traded, which is the most in the last 30 years. I don't know why I have it up on my phone. So,
Yeah,
Chubb to the Dolphins. You got to be kidding me. Welcome to my division. Welcome.
NFHell.
Welcome to NFHell. Claypool to the Bears, which
Who did you say went to the Dolphins?
Bradley
Chubb.
Chubb.
Oh wow.
Brad. I like to call him Brad. Stone Gossard, you're welcome. Hawkinson to the Vikings. That's a huge one, right? In division, what
the fuck, man?
Yeah, right. Ridley not playing this year, but next year, Jaguars. I mean, I like how they're thinking there. Season's pretty much over. Chase Edmonds running back to the Broncos. You know, I guess give Russ something back there.
But here's the thing. Are you buying or selling? Like, what the hell?
Right, yeah. I'm kind of with you on that one, yeah. I feel like Gordon just lit it up last game.
The Dolphins got Wilson from the 49ers, I think is why they were good letting Edmonds leave.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Zach Moss to the Colts, Jake to the Broncos. I mean, these aren't really any of the other big ones. A few corner. I mean, but those are the big names that we're like, oh my goodness. There's a bunch more. We're not going to cover them all because some of them are pointless. Like the Jets lost some DN, but anyway, blah.
Vikings got better because Irv Smith is out 8 to 10 weeks, so that also helps, their injury situation and a better player. So
Packers did nothing.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of Packer fans that are watching. They're like, what are we doing?
Wow. Miami might have the best roster in the NFL.
Yeah.
At this point. I mean, this year continues to blow my mind. But were there any injuries that Chase was out this week?
Yeah, which yeah, and we're all like picking the bungles. We're like, we should have known he was out. That would have helped. But I don't think he was actually out when we did the show. So I'll take a Noonan on that one. Noonan. Let's go ahead and get started with picks then. We're going to move into it. NFHell. Whatever you want to say here. Maybe we'll have a sweet graphic sometime going, last week's picks.
Season 2. Coming on season 2.
Yeah, coming on season 2.
It takes time to develop, man. That's the only thing. Like, I don't want to introduce shit mid-season, right?
Right.
Next season will be dope. We'll have all that.
One more trade that I think happened after our show because I don't think I've ranted about it, or maybe I did and I blocked out, but Kadarius Toney to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how that one pans out. He really didn't, no offense, but like he was like a flash for the Giants, and then he's been injured.
He's healthy. He's already healthy now. So yeah.
Of course he is. Now he's healthy, of course. Yeah. Oh, I got Mahomes as my quarterback. And suddenly my hammies feel.
No, he shows up, eats a little barbecue. He's like, "Fuck, I'm good to go."
Oh, yeah. Kelsey welcomes him. I'm the greatest player in the game. I finished. I think this is my first week, maybe under 500, or maybe I had the first week. I cannot remember, but it was one game under 500. This week, 7-8 brings my overall total to 71-59. I am no longer 20 games over. Started off pretty good in the week. I got up to even like 6-4. I was thinking of getting on a little roll, and then just all the games in the weekend. I mean, I picked the Jets and Giants again. So at some point, I feel like it's NFHell. It's got to come back and cost.
You have to start using like logic at some point.
Oh, I am this week. You'll see. Anyway. How about you, Dames Marvs? How'd you finish the week?
I mean, you guys, I was like fucking what's her face from the what's their books
Mm-hmm.
out in the woods girl Hunger Games. I was on fucking fire, bro.
J-Law.
I was twirling around in the fucking stadium with my fucking dress on fire. I was 10-5, bro. Yeah.
Dang.
Guess what? Somebody just got quite a bit clearer. What? Oh, I'm 20 games over. I'm 67-56 right now. I'm right on. I'm
Yeah.
right on you. I'm right on you like fucking soy sauce on rice, bro.
Yum. That sounds delicious.
Oh, that does. Why did I do that?
I don't know. Dames and Jas, how was your week? How's your week, bro?
Well, I switched over and picked against every team in my division, and they all lost. So that's a 4-game banger right there. Finished at 7-8. I saved 7-8. I thought the Bengals were going to keep me above 500, and the Browns. Burrow is 0-4, I believe, in his career against the Browns. Keep that in mind next time they play, guys.
Unbelievable. And he did have Jamar, which that hurt. Anyway, let's get started. We'll talk about that when we get to their game. Ravens, Bucks. We all opened up. I'm not sure who we all picked. I guess I picked Ravens. How about you guys? We all thought Tom Brady was taking a dump. Lamar was on fire. You didn't, Dames?
I went against you guys.
Oh yeah.
That was
the switch.
I think I switched the first 2 games.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
But anyway, I don't regret the decision because I still came out ahead. Like, but I know that that makes me 11-4 if I was using my logic. I just switched because
Yeah, you were trying to gain a game. We
your
got
stupid faces. Your beautiful faces made me cringe, and I had to fucking do something because I was like, no one wants to watch all these clowns pick the same teams, right?
right. Everybody pick the same team. Tell us below who you're picking. We'd like to see. We'd like to hear from you.
Let's go over that real quick. We had 4 participants this week.
Wow.
Dane went 11-4.
Oh,
So you're no longer undefeated. We're no longer undefeated. V or VT from the Houston Texans podcast.
All right.
I don't know exactly what it's called. I'll get the information because he does a podcast strictly on the Houston Texans, which I can't imagine people actually wanting to watch, but there's a lot of people who watch it.
Yeah, I mean, people
he was 10-5.
big city.
Jason, I'm gonna yell at Jason.
Cracker.
Bro puts on here Oakland, switch, NOLA, who dat. Don't fucking switch on the thing. Just write who you're fucking picking.
It worked, man. It worked.
There is no Oakland team. Cracker.
I don't want to have to look and see if they edited this afterwards. Just put your fucking pick, bro. He was 9-6.
Oh,
And
bro.
Amanda,
hug and kiss.
was 8-7. So
Everyone finished better than me. Everyone.
Thank you guys for playing along at home. The NFL game is a wicked and treacherous one. All right, back to you, Jails.
All right, we're all good. Broncos, Jags just is going back to dangerous over in London. The Broncos pulled this one out. I turned it on. I'm pretty sure the Jags were up like a couple scores, or they were up, and it seemed like they kind of had it. And they're playing well, and then no, they actually fell apart. Now I'm starting to wonder. Actually, I'm not starting to wonder because Trevor Lawrence has the worst quarterback record of all time for number 1 picks in his first 25 starts. Worst ever. That's worse than Jamarcus Russell. You guys know who he is?
God dang, dude. Yeah. He's the
That's bad. No,
wildly considered the biggest bust in NFL history.
That's bad no matter who your coach was.
Right. Yeah. I feel like we keep thinking we're just giving him a pass because he has this flowing hair and he's Mr.
Fucking looks like a fucking avatar out there, man.
Right. He does.
He's gorgeous. But anyway, you're right. What a stupid pass on the 1-yard line, by the way.
Yeah.
Without that, they probably win the game. But dude, they are well coached. They do look good at sometimes, but I mean, this game was on a national stage. I picked Denver again to go against you guys. I didn't believe for a second they were going to win. And I'm sad that they won because that's a worse draft pick for me. But I mean, it helps me get back in the standings, so I can't be too grouchy about it.
Touche. Jas, any comments on this stupid game?
Nope, just other than, you're right, Jaguars. Now they're my team for the week that I hate, and I probably can't pick for them. So thanks, Jags. Thanks.
They say you're welcome. Here's the crazy game. The next game, a lot of you probably tuned in, probably at least the last like 30 seconds of this game. Panthers Falcons, unbelievable ending. I was like, oh, who drops that pass in the bucket? DJ Moore. Oh my, it was like insane. I was like, that is the best pass I've seen in a hot minute. Catches it right in the breadbasket. Then he takes his helmet off. Like, now I read something where it's controversial, like they don't have to call the flag there or something, but that's a penalty, right? No? Dame, you read that too?
Listen, this is the most bonehead, selfish thing that I've ever seen this year. And there's going to be people that say that's not a penalty. That it was after the play. Dude, that was immediate.
Yeah, it was.
Helmets off. He's not going back to the sidelines. He's going in to celebrate with the crowd, and he takes his helmet off. And that is every bit of a penalty. 15 yards, cost your team the game, bro.
Yep.
What a fucking asshole. I would be so.
Thank you. Thank you, DJ. I picked the Falcons. I appreciate it.
Me too. Me too.
Want to come on, and I do. If it's the rule, they know it, but let's change that rule too, because who gives a shit? He scored, his emotions, he should be able to throw it off. He's a person. We all know him as a person, so why can't we see that person's face? NFL, change your shit. DJ Moore, you knew the rules. Dumbass.
I don't think he did know the rules. Maybe he did. But here's the thing. Here's why I don't like it. It says, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm the guy, I'm the guy, I'm the guy. Forgetting there's another dude on the other side that made the most incredible throw on the run in his life just to get it there. So for him to do something that selfish and stupid, I don't care if he knew the rule or not. Don't fucking do it. I don't know. I'm kind of on the borderline whether it should be a penalty or not.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
kind of taunting. It's kind of props. It's using a prop. I mean,
right. I'm like, they allow like you can sit down and pretend your boat, rowing down a boat where everybody's looking at you with your
they've
helmet
given
on.
us a lot. They've given us a lot. They've given us a lot back, and I'm quite thankful for it because some end zone celebrations have been magnificent. I know that it's a controversy, and some people are going to say that's not a penalty. Fuck you. It's a penalty. Argue with me.
Right now it is. Right now it is. So you go by the rules that are in place.
They called it a penalty, so it is a penalty.
Yeah. So
that was boneheaded, cost them the game. Again, I just like to see good football. Like aside of the picks I make, I picked Atlanta, but I was sure would have been very excited if they would have won that game.
Right. And the thing is the Panthers also had two chances to, he missed the extra point. Then they came in overtime. He also missed again. It's like, technically it is the kicker, but no one's going to remember that because you're dumb. And all you had to do was not take your helmet off, kick the game, take your helmet off and celebrate all game.
And it was for first place in the division. That
hurts. The Panthers. Wow. I'm kind of see how they bounce back this week. Anyway. All right, let's move on. Everybody in this, you're chatting down below. Tell us. We all know we're all went crazy over that game. Next game, Jas, we'll let you start this off. Interdivision, Bears, Cowboys. Dak is back. Wow, was a shellacking.
Wow. Yeah. I mentioned earlier how I picked against all my division teams except my own, and we all know how all of that turned out. Bears, you're only getting worse trading away Roquan. It's going to be hard to pick the Bears ever again. Cowboys, now, like we said, logically, I probably need to start picking some of these for sure wins instead of, going against them. So Cowboys, 49 points. Not a whole lot to say. That was without Zeke. So I think Pollard has arrived, and shocked they didn't actually try to deal Zeke.
James, same thing, or who'd you have on that?
Here's the thing, dude. There's people across the board saying you got to trade one of these guys. No, absolutely don't do that. Look, take advantage of what you have right now in front of you, because I'll tell you what, running backs, and I know better than anyone, is one of the hardest positions. All three of us.
We all know.
No, I've got a guy out all year. You got a guy out all year. You got a guy out all year. I mean, well, you had Barkley out all year once.
Listen to this. If Zeke has that much tread on the tires. Why not try to get some value now? Get the next young guy a chance and ride Pollard high, but still, spell him a little bit with the next young guy. That's what
But
I
if
try.
Pollard goes down, then you're screwed because then you only have that little guy instead of having Zeke. Anyway, that's
That's
neither here nor there.
I picked Dallas just because I don't know who the Bears are, dude. I don't know.
I hate the Bears. I
Looks
hate
like
Justin
times
Fields.
they can. I love those orange uniforms though. I was fucking
That's cool.
sick, dude. Those are sick. They can score points sometimes.
Right.
I
So
don't know if that's a lot of points.
they give up a lot.
49.
Of points.
Nobody's gonna. That's bad.
It was the highest scoring game this week. But
Hey, Jason is a Cowboys fan that picks that record. Jason, let us know who you think we should do a Zeke. What you should do a Zeke, not us.
Yeah, we really
Should
don't
the
care about the
Cowboys
Cowboys, but
He'll chat.
yeah, he's a big fan. All right, moving on. Miami, Detroit. I picked Detroit in this game. They were up pretty much. I felt like most of the game. Miami was stupid and came back and won and cost me. Tua, I did see some stat on stupid Tua Tebow. Again, I'm just going to keep eating my feet and putting words in my, because he's like number one in the league when it's man coverage. He throws a good shot. His long ball still sucks.
he's
I don't care.
number one in QBR through 8 weeks.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
I'm not wrong. I'm just an asshole. Oh, no way. I am wrong.
And I mean, that's why I have to say I think they have the best roster. Like, I mean, there's better quarterbacks, obviously, but not QBR wise. That would
Right. Yeah. And then Detroit again, I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, yep, they're better. No, they're not. Same Lions, different coach, different quarterback, different year. I mean, it's the same smell. So, Jas, what do you think about that game?
I picked the Dolphins. I was at the point where I was no longer picking the Lions, and I remain at that point. You got two number one receivers, pretty good tight end, and they get out of his hand quick, so his percentage is high, and he lets his playmakers do their thing. So they're going to be tough to beat. They're getting better. So watch out, Jets.
Yeah, dude. I picked Detroit and it's never worked out for me once this season. So I might be to the point now where I'm like, I can't pick them. I actually wanted Miami to win. I just thought they wouldn't. So if I would have just went with, sometimes you go with what you want. Sometimes
Can't get what you want. You just get what you need.
whatever.
All right. Arizona, Minnesota at Vikings.
Copyrights, you motherfuckers.
Let's
I
go.
picked the Vikings.
As I watch the series of the world right behind us.
Yeah. Right. True.
4-0.
4-0.
4-0. Philly. Vikings at home. At the beginning of the year, obviously, I'm not sure if we have this on NFHell. I did speak with I thought the Vikings were going to take the division this year. And with the Packers being as shitty as they are now, it's pretty much, I feel like they're going to have this division wrapped up here in about, 3-4 weeks. Good God. The roster is pretty good. Kirk Cousins in prime time. He's only lost one game this year, but have played all like normal games. So I think they're one of those teams that are like kind of under the radar, even though they only have one loss. I don't feel like people really aren't like, oh, the Vikings, because who they played? Like, who are they? They're not really in the spotlight up in Minnesota. Other than that, I think, they easily, Arizona, once again, D-Hop had a sweet catch, but they're kind of like one of those teams where they don't know what they're doing. They're good most of the time, but they just can't, I don't know, they just can't win games. What do you think on that?
I'm frustrated by Minnesota. I don't necessarily like them. I'm not necessarily scared of them if I'm a team in the NFC, but I definitely have to be aware of what they're doing. But every week it seems like it's an easy pick to make, but that's why I went against them this week, and I was wrong, but I'm looking at their schedule. It looks like they can pretty much run away with the division if they want.
All right, Jas, anything?
And they just got Hawkinson. So what the fuck, Detroit? What the fuck?
That's what I'm going to kind of add. They got Hawkinson, they got Jefferson, they got Cook, they got, some players on defense that are doing real good. I don't know. The Cardinals suck. we're getting on that same wavelength of not picking them. I don't know what they are either. Maybe Connor not being there, they lose the physicality and they can't punch it in the end zone. So they just sit there and try to throw these little 2-yard passes. Vikings are going to be tough at home, out of prime time. You can bank on them to win.
Yep. All right, moving on to the next game. This is one of the surprise games of the week, in my personal opinion. Raiders at Saints. And I'm not saying I'm shocked that the Raiders didn't win, but I'm just shocked that they look like complete shit. Like, I feel like this is the worst game of the season for them, and it's week 8. You're thinking they're going to start getting stuff going.
Shut out.
Yeah, shut out. Are you kidding me? Devontae Adams needs to rewind and say, you know what? I'm staying in Green Bay. Green Bay is going to say, why don't we give them the money? Because this all it's been is a disaster for both parties. Packers suck this year. Raiders suck. Should have stayed where you were at, bro. Kamara had a huge game. It didn't even matter who's playing quarterback for the Saints against this team. You can't score points, you're not going to win in the NFL. I mean, you're not going to win you're not going to win at Pee-wees if you don't score points. So can't score points, you can't win. Dames?
I had Vegas just simply because I don't like New Orleans. I heard that Buffalo offered a package for Kamara and he got turned down. That would have been electric, dude. That would have been like chip Super Bowl.
Yeah. How many years are we going to win in a row? Like,
yeah. So it's too bad that couldn't happen. But again, I like the parity that we have now in the NFL. And I mean, if you're New Orleans, why didn't you make that trade? Like, because you're in a bottom dwelling division and you still have a chance to win it. What's that going to do you when you have to play teams like Philly and or the Giants or whoever's coming out of the West?
Seattle.
I mean, yeah, the Niners.
The Niners.
Like, what do you do? You're rebuilding.
The
Andy
Vikings.
Dalton's your fucking quarterback. What you could have gotten for Kamara at this point, I can't even imagine what that would have been.
like 3 first rounders, wasn't it?
You would have decimated the Bills' like future.
Yeah.
Like, it looks good immediately, but one of those guys goes down. They don't have the capital to replace it. They don't have money to go get somebody else.
Right.
With huge contracts on their books, man, they could have set themselves up for quite a nice long time. And they could have been sellers in other areas too, if they were going to do that. And then I'm frustrated with that organization because I feel like they deserve better. Right now, you've got to for another couple years while you're not good. You're just wasting his talents there.
Yep.
He's going to put up huge numbers for you, but it's not going to mean anything because you suck, right?
But to me, that game was pretty much worth. I didn't even really tune in when it was like 20-0 at like 5 minutes. Anyway, moving on to the worst game of the week. Everybody hates the Patriots. They beat the Jets. Here's the thing. The Jets didn't play all that well. Their defense is ranked PFF's number 1 in the league. Their offense is ranked 32nd. I'm going to say, here's the deal, though, with that is they can say all they want. Officials suck dick. The Jets were up 10-3 with 20 seconds left and got a pick 6 to go up 17-3 at half, literally. And they call a roughing the passer penalty. I was like, is Tom Brady back in New England? Is Tom Brady back?
You don't believe that was a roughing the passer?
No, not in comparison to anything else. He just used his hands and extended them. He didn't lay on him. He didn't push him down. They literally have a clip of Zach Wilson getting crushed after a throw of his. Way later, lands on him, no call. So I'm just like, and they waited till it was picked off too.
So let's talk about 3 interceptions and 2 really childish interceptions.
I can't throw the ball out of bounds, Zach Wilson.
Blame that on the refs. That's just stupidity.
Well, you're up 17-3. The whole second half is run. He doesn't have to throw. Again, not going to make excuses, but in a way, it's like, we're celebrating. We're up 17-3 at home. The crowd is going crazy. And then all of a sudden, oh, there's a flag. How convenient. Like, trash, dude. Trash. We can't get fined by the NFL, but so I'm going to say how much the officials this year, and now especially in this game, fuck you.
Ed Hockey League, Eat my ass.
Eat it. I don't even know if you're still a ref. Your son might be, or your nephew, or some other ripped guy. Anyway, I don't really want to talk about this game much anymore. I can't remember who you guys picked, but the refs can suck it. Zach Wilson looked, yes, atrocious.
I picked New England, and I picked them because of history.
I mean, you're not wrong. How many is that in a row?
14.
A lot.
13, 14. It was, yes, it's literally something like that.
That's frustrating.
2 times a year, that's like 7. Well, it's probably 13. It's going to be, if they beat us again, it will be 7 straight seasons.
Now, just because I picked New England doesn't mean I wanted them to win.
Right. Yeah, no, I got you.
I need you to know that. I need you to feel it in your heart that I do want the Jets to have a good year.
I mean, I'm also going to say, we couldn't get the running game going because Brees is gone. We got Robinson. That's an awesome little trade we got. But I also feel like it's not like he's just going to pop in and be Brees Hall. So we play at home against the Bills this week. Anyway, we'll get to that game soon. I don't want to talk
All
about
right, guys. I picked the Jets. I did it because of the winning streaks we both had. And that's pretty much it.
NFL, dude. NFL.
NFHell is back.
Steelers, Eagles, next game at Philly. The Eagles look like the best team in the NFC. Either of you? I mean, you know what I mean? Right now, they crushed the Steelers. I feel like they look like the team that they're supposed to. People are calling for Tomlin to get fired now, which is, to me, insane.
No, that's insane.
Yeah, that's insane. But Philly looks good, man. They just have all the weapons. AJ Brown is a huge. It's like all they needed was a number 1. I feel like, geez, because they're really going right now. Again, it's early in the season. Technically, it's not even halfway through, so a lot can happen. But right now, if we had to pick a team, I'm like, they're pretty hot. They're on fire.
Look, we all picked Philly to beat Pittsburgh. We knew that was going to happen. But you've got a Hall of Fame coach in Tomlin. All right. And you, for whatever reason, in Seattle, Jody Allen didn't see fit to fire Pete Carroll after a miserable year and what was looking to be another miserable year this year. She had faith in him and said, you know what? Here's what you've done for us. We're not going to just oust you the first chance we get because of that Hall of Fame track record. And they need to observe that, and the fans need to be a little bit patient. They're not used to losing. I get it. And you have to roll with those punches. But Philly, here's the thing that worries me about Philly. Do I think they're the best team in the NFL? Not even close. But here's the thing. Confidence of winning every week and feeling that you're untouchable, that goes a long way. I mean, in the minds of these players. And it just worries me that there's not going to be a challenge put forth to them before they are able to actually catch up talent-wise to what they're putting out on the field now. So,
Jas, we know your feeling on the Eagles. What do you got to say about this game?
Well, I got to say that I actually pulled the switcheroo because of the way the Steelers beat like the Chiefs or someone earlier this year, and they rose up and their backs were against the wall. And I said, you know what, Mike Tomlin he's gonna get these guys to there's that undefeated team and get them to rise up again. And well, Steelers probably won't be picking you again either. I hate the fucking Eagles, man. Let's move on.
Titans at Texans. I picked the Titans. I actually didn't know Tannehill was out until later. I still felt pretty confident though, because it was the Texans. I felt like they would run the ball. I think D. Henry had a couple touchdowns. The rookie quarterback for the Titans. I'm spacing on his name right now, but played well enough to beat the Texans. I mean, I don't know how well that is. We'll see moving forward with this guy if he even plays again or if Tannehill's coming back. Either of you got any info on that, or you do, Dames? What do you hear about it?
Yeah, Derrick Henry is now the franchise leader in touchdowns for that organization, passing Earl Campbell and Eddie George.
Yeah, no one cares about the quarterback. It's Derrick Henry. That's all it is, bro.
But
Derrick
guess
Henry.
what? Guess where he did it? He went back to Houston, where the Tennessee Titans were born as the Oilers. So
right,
that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool little piece of history. And I mean, he's good. He's good, dude.
I know Derrick Henry's one of
And
those
who didn't
guys.
predict that? Who didn't say
Full circle.
they're going to run all over us?
Right, good call. Right, all right. Jas, anything to add to that stupid game? Game.
Oh, Derrick Henry, bro. Just give him the ball.
King Henry.
Give him the rock.
All right. Next game, moving on, the dumbest name in sports. I'm going to say it every fucking week because I hate the Commanders' name. Just be the Washington football team. They played at Indy. Rookie quarterback coming in, or second-year quarterback, excuse me, first start for the Indy guy, getting rid of Matty Ice and thinking, oh, what's going to happen here? They're going to come in. No. We got little Brett Favre wannabe Heine coming in and getting the win. It's like one of those, he's like one of those guys, I like it. It's almost like Doug Flutie-esque where he comes in, everybody's like, oh, this guy's so cool and good. And maybe they make a little run or they win a few games, but it's just like, he's not the guy. He's not the guy. I mean, Wentz isn't the guy either, but he's definitely not the guy. Anybody else have anything on that? Also the Colts, who knows what's going on with that?
I mean, Commanders are now, I believe, 4-4 and 2 games out of the last wild card spot. And I originally had thought maybe they were the worst team in football. So if they're doing this with garbage for quarterbacks, the rest of their roster must be okay. So, another loss in the division for my NFHell week.
James?
Heineke's a Michigan product, you guys.
Tom Brady-esque.
He sounds like a beer. So of course I was all over the bandwagon for the Commanders. You guys need to show some fucking respect, dude. 4-4. That's 4 games more than we thought they would win.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So let's just show
All
some
right.
respect.
We'll give some respect to the command. I mean, I'm still not respecting that stupid name. San Fran at LA. This is probably the bonehead of the week pick for me. I feel like when this game came on, I'm like, God damn, I'm an idiot. I'm like, I was gonna almost come on here and just chat and be like, never mind, I picked the 49. No.
Not allowed.
It's cheap. So I was like, I mean, McCaffrey's in it, been in practice for a week now. Obviously they have stuff thrown in for him. My God. Like, who wouldn't want this guy? I'm like, again, why wouldn't any team? This is where when the trade thing comes up and people are out of him, like this guy, why wasn't every team like, I will give you a first rounder, because he still has, I mean, look at it. One game he like dominated.
Dude, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
Because I have Saquon Barkley, that's why.
Okay, yeah, for him, think about that. But also think about if you had those two guys side by side in the backfield, the defense is on the other side shitting their pants every play that happens. But Here's the thing. Do you guys remember a guy named Percy Harvin?
Yep, Mr. Migraine.
Electric for Minnesota. I mean, returning kicks, jet sweeps. The guy wasn't the fastest guy in the field, but nobody in the world could catch him. Guy was a fucking storm. And then we made a trade, and it didn't really work out. I mean, we won the Super Bowl. We didn't win the Super Bowl because of him. I mean, it was,
right. He returned the opening half kick, but your defense was dominating.
Well, yeah, that's when I started crying because I knew that even Peyton Manning couldn't come back from like 32-0. I was like, "It's over, motherfuckers." Jails, you probably won't ever feel that feeling, so I'll just let you live vicariously through me and your brother. But
beating one goat in another.
That's the thing, dude. You take a risk. That's why teams are hesitant, because they're like, dude, we can give up 2 first-round picks for Percy Harvin, and then he breaks his hip and only plays in the Super Bowl when the game's already over. Has a really good play.
And he's high the whole time.
Then you have, there's sometimes it doesn't, like Russell Wilson gets traded, he's garbage for garbage. So like, who wants to take that risk?
I get you.
Especially when the guys had it in his short careers, had a history of like being injured too.
True.
So
It's coming home.
But if the Bills would have got him, it fucking sucks that he went to San Francisco.
Right. You're like, you got to be kidding.
But I will say this. These are the matchups I live for. I don't want to play the Commanders. I don't want to play Houston. It's hard for me to get up for those games. Like, I want to play even the Packers right now. I want to play because it's Aaron Rodgers. It's fun.
Right.
I want to go in there and I want to take it to him. I want to play. The game on the schedule I'm looking forward to the most is the Chiefs. And that's because I cannot wait to watch the matchup. I don't think that we'll win it, but That's what I want to see.
You
If
want
you're
to
going to
see
be
how
the best,
close you are. How
if you're going
close
to
you
be the best, you got to go through the best. That's what I
Right.
want.
All right. Josh, you're up on this next one. We don't really care.
49ers I picked the 49ers.
Yeah, that one was kind of yeah. You guys probably both did. I was the idiot who picked
Yeah,
the,
you
picked
were
the
the
Rams at home. So anyway, let us know what your guys are thinking down below. I'm obviously you're like
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Jas, you're up next against Dames. Who wants to start? Maybe we should start winner first though, because
Let him go. Let him go.
Let him go.
Or you go first.
I mean, the thing is, I picked the Giants. I was like I said, brother rule. I went with the Giants. I picked them quite a few weeks. I talked shit on Geno. I did watch the whole game. I am gonna say this about Geno Smith that I learned. Because again, I'm pretty sure at one point I liked him because he was a Jet, then he threw all that shit, got punched in the face because he didn't pay a guy $400. Whatever. He did come out and say that he basically owes the resurrection of his career to the Giants because they started him in that game, and the game that you complained, that Eli shouldn't have got. But that literally gave Geno Smith, I think, the confidence to say, hey, I'm a starter in this league and I can be. I just need the right situation. And now Pete Carroll, I feel like that guy is the reason that the Seahawks were good this whole time. He knows how to get the right players, put them in the right places. Russell Wilson, stud. Richard Sherman, stud. Wagner, stud. But he also knows how to take players who aren't as good. I mean, look at the Seahawks. That's what I'm going to say about that. I was pretty impressed. Jas, go ahead.
Halloween weekend. Seattle. 2 must punts. Fuck my life.
So I see you're upset. Dames.
I mean, okay. I, for some reason, was not worried going into this game. And I'm not saying that because I thought less of the Giants. I honestly feel like until this head-to-head matchup, DeBoer was coach of the year. And I'm just based on what I'm looking at. But here's the thing that I find problematic with the Giants. Daniel Jones is not a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. He's going to win you a lot of games this year, and I hope that they continue to do that because I love the story. I love the parity that it adds to the division. But I don't see a Super Bowl caliber quarterback there. Now, on the other side of it, what I'm looking at is QBR. You got Tua, Mahomes, then Geno Smith is third. And the sample size is 8 games now. He's number 1 in pass percentage, completion percentage. He's 5th in touchdowns. He's 8th in yardage. The dude is, and our defense, quite honestly, it's not that we haven't put up points in the games that we've lost. It's the defense was trying to figure shit out. So I'm looking at 5-3, thinking we could be 7-1, honestly, with our only loss coming to San Francisco. But I also want to comment on the fumbles in the game. I'm really proud of the Seattle's defense over the last 3 weeks. And basically, we gave up 13 in this game. 27-13 was the final score. But I think 7 of those points were fumbled right at the 2-yard line. And I mean, you have Saquon Barkley, who only ran for 2.7 yards per carry in that game. And actually, the overall plays were 3.5 yards per play for the Giants, which is absurd. The last thing is, I know the Giants are really awesome about winning in the fourth quarter, and they did run 30 plays in the fourth quarter and netted them 3 points and 6 first downs. Seattle had 16 plays run, 14 points, and 7 first downs. We kind of just beat them at their own game. And that's something that's new for me. I have not seen Seattle be a second half team. So the cards in the deck of Geno Smith they're growing. I mean, there's a lot of people talking about him. I love this Giants team. I really do. And I'm just, I'm sad that I have to look at my friend like across from me and with a loss. I mean, but Ty doesn't do anybody any good. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I do want to say you guys need to start considering
Good win.
the Seahawks in your picks.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with the defense, like you said. In the last 3 games, you've given up 45 points total. In the first 3 games or 4 games, whatever you were allowing like 30 some a game. So yeah, they figured it out and they're playing good. We held Walker in check. Gino didn't really throw for a lot of yards, and I know you had 1 turnover, but when your defense stops somebody and they punt it, and your guy fumbles twice, real close, and you guys got 10 points out of that. That can change games. I'm trying to find out how many times a team has fumbled 2 punts in 1 game and actually won, because I feel like you're giving up easy points.
You lost the special teams game for sure. Offense, defense, blah, blah, blah. There's 3 phases, and that one was a big one in that game. A lot of, those 2 turnovers. I mean, yeah, they're right down there. Too easy. All right, we're going to move on. I know you guys could probably talk about this for the entire NFHell show. So I got to be the guy that says, let's move on. Anyway, we're going to move on to the Bills-Packers, which was the Sunday night game. I'm pretty sure, most likely we all picked the Bills. The Packers really haven't been playing well. To me, they're still the same team. They can keep talking all they want. Rodgers can say they need to do this and be positive. But no, you need players, dude. You need players. Sorry, the Bills have the better team. They're the best team in football, in my opinion, until they show me they're not. So I picked the Bills. I wasn't surprised on that one. Jess?
Not a lot to add either. Where are we at with the Aaron Rodgers saga? Correct. We'll see what happens next week. Division game, but this one, everybody picked the Bills. I don't even know if Packer fans are picking the Packers at this point. Let us know if you're out there, Packer fans. Are you even picking your team to win against the Lions this week coming up?
Yeah, Dames, what do you think?
This is another organization I'm completely frustrated by. I think they owe it to their fans and their quarterback to have made some moves this week, and they did nothing.
I know. I feel like, wait, aren't the fans the owners though?
Yeah, but they're not the GM. They're not the GM.
Oh yeah,
and
good point.
I just feel like they could have made the NFL better by getting better today, and they didn't.
No, now Packer fans, join us in NFHell. Join us in NFHell this year. All right, last game of the week before we get moving on. Week 8 ended with Bengals at Browns. Jamar Chase was out for the Bengals. Their offense looked atrocious. The Browns came to play. Their D was on fire. Myles Garrett had a couple sacks. Chubb was running all over. Jacoby Brissett, I was super impressed with. He managed the game and did a little more than that. That running touchdown was insane. The guy wants to win. I kind of feel sorry for him a little bit because in a couple weeks, he's not even going to have the job, even if they keep the streak going. So I did pick the Bengals. A little disappointed in that, but I guess, now knowing that they don't have Jamar, I get it. Your number 1 guy's there. It doesn't matter who else you have in there. Plus, the Browns are playing well. Dames, you're shaking your head. What?
No excuse, dude. You still got Higgins or Wiggins?
Higgins,
dude.
And Boyd.
Guy could be a number 1 receiver too. Here's the thing: they look like that opening game again. The Bungles. That's what they look like. And I'm going to tell you right now. Like I said this last week. I said, dude, you guys are blowing this game off like it's not going to be. And I still picked Cincy because I believed in you guys, but I was like, you cannot put these Browns team away, like especially at home. This is gonna be a dogfight, and goddamn, they destroyed them. But here's what I noticed during this game: that fucking offensive line for the Browns. Oh my! I know they say that position isn't sexy, but watch this fucking game again, dude. These guys are like, they're connected on one of those like puppeteer things where all of their legs are moving the same motion. There aren't when they block.
Organized lining.
When they block down, oh my God, it's like it will change your entire scope of offensive line play if you watch these guys.
And then that's probably why Chubb is the man.
It's a thing of beauty. I'm telling you right now. Go ahead.
Damon, I noticed that exact same thing on the 2-point conversion specifically. It was like He just ran over and over, like up and right, and it was just anybody could have ran just right along in there, and it was like
Yeah, dude.
perfect timing. It was amazing.
It's like the center's got the other dudes on a fucking pole, and whatever he does, they do. And I'm serious. I was like, that is amazing.
Okay, all
I'm
right,
glad
yeah.
you saw that. I'm glad you saw it.
Quick question. Will the dynamics of the Browns change when Deshaun comes back?
Yes.
Yes.
I think there's probably players on that team that don't want him.
Right. And that's kind of what I'm thinking.
They're like,
I'm
we're fucking fine, dude. Give us our picks back.
Yep. Yeah. I'm with you. All right. Anyway, moving on to that.
Guys, you want
Let me finish up on that. Because, dude, there may be nobody that has more pressure on them than him when he comes in. He has to win now.
Yep.
I mean, there's no excuses. And he hasn't played in how long, dude?
Like a year and a half.
Rusty?
Dude,
Spoon.
I'm like, I'm legit can't wait. And guess where their first game back is?
Text.
It's in Houston, baby. Oh my God, the NFL is so fucking amazing this year.
You know, like
Woo!
Houston's gonna win that game.
Good luck there, bud.
FRB's going to that game.
Oh no shit. Well, good luck, buddy. Good luck.
All right. Week
All right.
9
All right,
buys.
let's get to the games.
Yeah, week 9 NFHell. We'll start with the buys. Jas is gonna give us those. Welcome, week 9. Here we go with our picks. Jas, who has buys?
G-men have a bye this week to recover from that first loss in quite some time and get ready for those Texans we're talking about. You got the Browns, Steelers, Broncos, the girls, the Cowboys, and the 49ers all get a break. And the Chiefs and Chargers are coming off of their bye, so they should be fresh and have some new wrinkles.
All the teams I hate, except for the
Except
G-men,
the Giants. Yes.
get a break. Like I know
All
they're
right.
really bad teams. like
We're going to transition right into that thing we were just talking about. Houston Texans, Eagles at Texans. I'll start this one off. I feel like it's the NFL and it's weird and everybody's always whatever. But again, I think the Eagles come in, take care of business. They're not a team. I don't think what's going to have any trap game or anything like that. They'll come down to Houston and whoop up on the Texans. They're not going to have an answer for AJ Brown. Hurts will throw all over them. Jas?
I could pick against these guys every week, the Eagles, but I won't now because, I'm only going to hit 1 or 2 of them if I keep doing that. I'm, of course, going to pick the 2 remaining games against the Giants. So we got the Eagles. If the Texans can somehow stay in it late, maybe get a special team turnover or something like that to flip favor, they can maybe meet the spread.
James, did you have the Eagles and now you're going to go reverse card week 1 again?
I'm looking at both you guys picking the fucking Eagles in Houston here. And here's what I think, fellas. I think the Eagles are going to come in and they're going to fucking be more like vultures and they're going to pick the fucking meat off the fucking skull of the fucking Texans. That's what's going to happen. I want to change against you, but that would be utter in fucking insanity. There is no way that Houston wins this game. They probably lose by 55.
All right, trifecta on the Eagles going in game 1 of the week.
55, huh?
Yeah, 55. Wow, that's a lot.
Double nickel.
Next game at Atlanta, we got the Chargers Falcons. Jas, will let you start this one off. Who you got in this game?
All right. Yeah, this was one of the harder games of the week when I look at it because I've been picking the Chargers a lot and they've been disappointing. And I just keep hearing Damon say how the Falcons score points, which is true. But coming off the bye, they need this win. Here we go again. I'm going to go with the Chargers. Like we've been saying, maybe Herbert's hurt all year or banged up. This will give them 2 weeks to feel better. The time is now. If they're going to get going, it starts this week. Chargers.
I'm going to go next just because I literally was going to say pretty much all those exact same things. I'm taking Chargers over the Falcons. I think Herbie is going to be healthier. That's why they've been kind of let down. Keenan Allen, I believe, might be back, quote unquote. I don't think it matters. I think, again, the Falcons to me are like, I don't know. I still feel like they're not legit. There's just something about them. I don't know. Dames?
You guys realize what you've done? You put me in a situation where the fucking division leader is playing against an underperforming team in the Chargers that's coming off a bye week of losing the last 2 games. I'm fucking switching, dude. I'm going Atlanta. You guys are high.
Reverse card. You must have been.
And the game's in Atlanta, by the way, just so you know.
Right. It's
You're
true.
You're gonna regret that.
Hope we can
Okay.
record
All
this
right.
one
2
back,
for 1. Here we
rewind it.
go.
and
Sorry.
play
So
that
already
one.
Whatever it
no
was.
reverse. All right, week 3, Dolphins at Bears. I'm gonna go with Damon's sentiments earlier. Pick 3 of week 9. My bad. Did I say week 3?
Yes, you did.
Thank you
Yes,
for
you
the.
did.
That won't happen in season 2.
That will happen in season 2.
I thought you were rewinding.
Absolutely
I thought you were
will.
rewinding to see.
It absolutely will.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
shit.
rewinding to week 3. Okay. Anyway, game 3 of week 9, Dolphins, the Bears. I'm gonna go with Damon's sentiments earlier. Like I said, Dolphins are one of the best teams in the league. They're gonna take care of the Bears, even in Chicago. They're gonna come up there. Now the Bears don't have their line. They got Roquan's gone. It's pretty much Dolphins are gonna come in and wipe it. Dames, you agreeing on this one?
I've got a Dungeon Master's Guide, but it doesn't say anything about this game, so I'm just gonna pick Miami.
Okay. And Jas, who are you? Anything to add to this one?
And I'm gonna add that I'm not picking the Bears further, and that means I pick the Dolphins, who are slowly creeping up on the Bills. What's happening over there, Dames? Give us an update.
Well, Reese Hoskins just hit a home run in the World Series of Baseball. I believe it's 7-0 Phillies right now in game 3.
At home.
Oh, look
That's
at those
awesome.
fans.
Even though, Philly, anyway, cool. Yeah, baseball fans, I'm sure, are watching this. I mean, we like all sports. So even though our NFHell, we can chime in to check up on, the World Series. All right. Panthers, Bungles. Dames, you're starting this one off. Panthers
dude.
at Bungles.
Quite frankly, both of these teams are fucking pissing me off right now. I really like the way Carolina's playing, despite being like gutted, essentially. But their mental mistakes were the drawback of the last week, and that's got me really upset. Cincinnati they haven't looked this bad since week 1. And you know the game I'm talking about, because we were all like, what? You guys were in the Super Bowl last year. What the fuck is this? 5 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in Cincinnati. So I'm just nodding to the home team. There's no reason for my pick other than the home team.
Jas?
Well, guys, another hard pick. You kind of talked me out of my pick, I'm thinking, and I might have to do the old switcherooski and take the Panthers. Did you know they were offered 2 first-round picks for Mr. Brian Burns? I can't remember who that was for sure. Either of you remember, but he must be good. The Bungies O-line is pathetic. I'm going to switch it up. Panthers on the road.
All right. Well, I'm going to go this time. Like I said, last time I was going to say exactly what Jas said. I was literally going to say the same thing Dame said about the Bengals this game. I feel like the Panthers come off that, oh my God, we won, to holy shit, we lost. The Bengals, it's almost like another must win. It's another week without Jamar, so they can kind of get their shit together. I feel like Burrow has to outplay Panthers quarterback. Again, I'm not sure on who has the better coach, but I'm going to go Bengals at home as well.
Okay, somebody call Mike Vick, because I want to know who would win a real fight, a Bengal Tiger or a Panther. Can we make that happen, Mike Vick?
Calling Mike Vick. Anybody here?
Calling Mike Vick.
Who do you suppose? What do you suppose? A Panther or a Tiger?
I would think a Tiger.
I'm going to guess Tigers just because I feel like
the
hierarchy goes Lion, Tiger, Bears, oh my.
Yes. And then Panthers.
That theory is problematic because it's from 1939.
It's a
There's
wolf.
there's a bear before the panther, bro. There's a bear before the panther.
There's a scarecrow.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Okay. All right. Anyway, division game. Packers, Lions in Detroit. Everybody. Here's the deal. I hate both these teams right now, but I actually I'm going to pick the Packers because I feel like they played a little better against the best team in football. Only lost by 10. The Lions are one of those teams. Like I feel like you guys, it's like, oh yeah, I want them to win. They're doing no. I'm going Packers on the road, division game. Not saying they're going to get back on the schneid, but I feel like they're going to beat Detroit. Now, if they don't, red alert. Red alert. Like what? I already said that?
Yeah.
It's like yellow, orange alert.
I'm talking for the Packers.
I'm
I'm talking Packers. Like
said they were in trouble 2 losses ago.
Well, yeah, I know, but I feel like that ship is like, but they played the Bills. That's not an actual sink. That's more of like it took a hit.
No, but who
we expected that
before?
We expect they got beat by the Jets the week before that, which right. I expected.
No.
I'm picking the Packers. I'm going with the Packers as well. The Lions have lost all my faith, Dames, all of it. All of it. They have just disappointed me. I'm going with the Packers because I knew they'd lose a few. And it's a division game. If Rodgers is going to recover this team, it has to be with some division wins. So Packers on the road. By the way, can we put a vote in or a poll in? Let's ask our viewers if they think a Bengal or a Panther would win in a fight. Let's do that.
We will.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. James, are you switching Rue now, or would you already have this pick?
No, I haven't given my pick yet, but the fucking Giants beat the Packers. The Jets beat the Packers. The Commanders beat the Packers. And then the Bills beat the Packers. And now and Jas is always talking about garbage time. Yeah, it was a closer game because they were behind all the time. And Aaron Rodgers was just chucking fucking balls up in the air like Patrick Mahomes. He's not.
The Bills' defense is way better, though, than the Lions.
As is the Jets, Giants.
Are you taking the Lions here, bro? Are you taking
all
the
of our
Lions?
defense?
No. Because I can't pick them again. I've picked them like 5 times and they've lost.
Yeah, okay, so I feel like I've also picked them and I've talked shit about the Packers. Now it's like picking my least
lesser.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all on the same page. I mean, maybe I overreacted.
Overreaction Tuesday,
maybe
Thursday, whatever day it is. Raiders at Jaguars. Again, these are 2 teams. This week, I'm going to say right now, was a little strange, and I feel like some of these games are very similar. I'm like, who are you taking this time? I'll start this one off. The Raiders shit the bed. The Jaguars didn't look that bad. I'm going Jags at home. Raiders are coming all the way across the country in this one, and they just came off a shellacking. So I feel like it's hard for them to rebound there. Like you were talking about confidence level, the Raiders is just, they don't trust their coach. McDaniels is not head coach material, dude. He's tried it once before, and he's back. Suck both times. Dames, who you got?
Can I hear from my little brother Jas first on this one?
Raiders, Jags, who you got?
Well, Dames, I guess I know who you're picking because I'm also going with the Jaguars, which means you're going to go with the Raiders. This makes it's hard to pick either of these teams, and I'm almost bringing the tie back because it could be 0-0. I don't know. No way. The Raiders defense sucks worse. Sometimes the Jaguars offense sucks worse. Sometimes the Raiders does. Etienne, ride the Etienne, and Jaguars take a close one at home, I'd imagine, and that's what I'm going with.
James, you checking the trifecta? You doing these switch?
No, all right. I'm going against you guys, but I'm not. It's not a switch. I actually have the Raiders here. It's frustrating to pick them after putting up a 0 burger, but they literally have not been shut out in like over 10 years. Do you realize that?
McDaniels.
But here's the thing. I give Jacksonville the edge on coaching. I give the Raiders the edge on roster. And I just feel like there's no accountability for Lawrence at this point. He should be held accountable for that last game, and it's on a national stage. No one's there, and like you said, he's got the worst record of a first round pick to the Raiders, Jamarcus Russell. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Yes. All right, moving on. Colts, Patriots. I'll start this one off. It's in my division. I think 2 weeks ago I picked the Patriots when they took that dump. I said I hate taking them just because. But now when they're playing the Colts, who are just looking for answers, pulling straws, and I feel like the Patriots are kind of getting their shit together. Obviously, they beat the Jets, so now I'm all. But they did play well. They take away your best thing. They took away the Jets' running game. It was non-existent in that game. So I feel like they're going to come in and they're going to take away the Colts running game if they have it. And then Mac Jones will just manage that game down the field, and they'll win a close one. I'm going to go Patriots at home over the Colts. Jas.
I have to agree with you, my brethren. You have the Patriots at home. You have Coach Belichick games, which I know you always say coaching is a big thing. And I'm going to guess his record against rookie quarterbacks is just some absurd 30-2 or some crazy number like that. They got the Colts, I believe, have a 7th rounder. Maybe he's not a rookie, maybe he's first year, but first year starting. He's going to confuse him. They're going to take away Jonathan Taylor, which hasn't looked too hard for any team to take away. So I don't see a lot of points from the Colts in this one.
Dave.
Patriots.
Well, I hate this because all three of us have picked the fucking what are they called?
Patriots.
Patriots, whatever.
What are they called?
I got an itch, you guys.
Need more.
I'm gonna stay.
All right. Okay.
I don't have any faith in the Clots at all.
Right.
And the Patriots seem to be putting together something.
Anybody else have any? Tune in. Marcus, tell us who you think. Do you think the Patriots are that good, or do you think the Colts are going to come in and make an upset? All right. Next game. Here's the deal. Welcome to NFL. This is my living NFL. Bills at Jets. Do I want the Jets to win? Yes. Does my heart say the Jets are going to win? Yes. But in a friendly competition, my competition also takes over. Jas, go first.
Bills.
Freeze it. Dames.
I'm gonna go with the New York Football Bills.
I mean, you're not wrong. So here's the deal. I'm not sure what the rule is or if people are going to razz me for this, but again, are we using our heart, our brain? Are we trying to win, or are we just trying to pick? Because if I pick the Jets every game for the last 10 years, that would be the worst record of all time. Like, at some point you have to use your brain. So obviously I want the Jets to win. Bills coming in, Jets coming off a shitty loss, have a bye week after this. I was already planning on dropping this one going into our bye week, hoping we would have won the New England game. I'm going Bills. Obviously, I want the Jets to pull the upset, but as a pick in welcome to my NFL. I have to pick against my own team.
All right, so I'm going to do something interesting here. I would love for the Jets to win this game. I don't think they're gonna, but I'm going to switch just because if the fucking Jets win this game, I want to be the one that said,
Oh my
how? So the New York Football Jets.
Hey, it's fine. People at home.
I've been waiting for this opportunity.
I
think it's as bad as my Bears over the Eagles last week, bro, but I love it. All right. Oh, man.
Okay, moving on, since I'm we're adding a little excitement here to NFL. Do you think Dames is crazy for taking the Jets over the Bills, or do you think they have a legitimate chance? Let us know. Chalk it up down there. Say, Jails, you're an idiot for not picking your own team on NFL. I don't know if that's a thing or not. I don't think it is. I'm just being a realist. All right. Vikings
Does Rich Eisen ever pick against the Jets?
fuck yes. Dude, he was so pissed when they didn't lose all their games so they didn't get Trevor Lawrence last year. He was like freaking out. Like, why would you win a game? Like, okay, anyway. Vikings, Commanders, dumbest fucking name in sports. I think again the Vikings are going to go in and win this one in DC. I don't trust the Commanders. Now, here's the deal. I also feel like the Commanders are playing, like you said, well. Would I be surprised if they won this game at home in some sloppy back and forth defensive battle? No, I'm not going to be surprised. But I do think Minnesota's trying to make a statement saying they are a Super Bowl contender. They're going to, they're trying to push for that 1 or 2 seed, win their division. I think they go in and take care of business in the friendly confines of Washington, D.C. Commanders. I don't know where I came up with that, but
Wrigley Field. But
yeah,
whatever.
same thing. Yeah, you're right. Not even close to the same thing. I mean, it's kind of getting corporate. Anyway, Jas, who you got in this?
You guys know I already picked 2 teams for my division. It's not going to be 3. Vikings, I think they're the better team. Looks like it's not in prime time since we're in the middle of this, so Cousins will be all right. Get Hawkinson a little red zone playbook, maybe get him a touchdown, get the crowd feeling good about that new trade. I don't know if he'll be able to play right away. I would assume so. And Vikings win by double digits.
James.
It's Tuesday. Hawkinson's playing. Here's what I'll say. Minnesota's a fine name, by the way. The Vikings is a fine name for a team. I don't know what you're talking about. But going in to play Washington at Washington, I don't know what that even means. But again, this is what I'm saying. It's been easy to pick Minnesota. It continues to be easy.
Okay. We're all in agreement for that. The trifecta for the Queens. All right. Seahawks at Cardinals. Obviously, Dames, you're starting this one off in Arizona. Short trip down the coast. Get some sunshine. Gino coming down, bringing the team. What you got? Who do you think?
Well, okay. It's always around this time, like with success, that I start feeling like those tides are going to change at any moment. All right.
NFL, dude. NFL.
We did just beat Arizona 3 weeks ago. So it's weird to turn around and play them again. That's close. We've had super duper success in that building against them, but the Super Bowl was not so kind to us. That's all behind us. There's nobody left on the team that was on that team. I think Bobby Wagner, KJ, maybe Bruce Irvin. I don't remember but Bruce Irvin's back. And he's very effective, by the way. He was all over the field with Michael Jackson. But every time he did something, I was like, Chamon.
Who you taking?
But I'm gonna pick Seattle, man. I just don't think it's time for them to fall yet. They will fall again this year. But I'm liking the Geno MVP chance, and we can sit here and laugh at it, but really it's a Mahomes, Allen, Geno. It's fucking weird to say that, dude, but that's national everywhere.
How about Travis Kelce?
He's the best player in the NFL.
Jas, who are you taking in this game? You taking Seahawks with Dames, or you going on with the home team? D-Hop back. Did D-Hop play last time against you? No, he did not.
All right, guys. I got a couple things to say on this one. Seahawks are going to run the ball better than they did against us. The Seahawks are going to pass for more yards in this than they get against us. And the Seahawks will win this game. Dames, I'm on the Seahawks now.
Is that the first?
This, I think, might be the first week then that we're all taking the Seahawks.
Up in my Seahawks chair.
I'm fucking really worried.
Yep.
You guys are terrible at this game.
I'm telling you right now. Remember NFHell, this is what it's like. people know
Stop
who
picking us. You guys are terrible at this game.
this is our NFL. This is why, because every time when our teams get good, we're like, sweet, let's start picking them. They're going to beat it, and then this is the Jets. This is what the Jets do.
I'm gonna be worried all week now.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just think the Cardinals are like one of those teams. They don't know who they are. I think the Seahawks definitely do know who they are, though. So that's kind of why I feel like better coach, better quarterback, better coach, better quarterback this year. Kyler Murray, he's at home playing Nintendo. His coach sucks. He's trying to look cool instead of do the game. Pete Carroll knows what's up. I'm going Seahawks on the road. Rams, Bucks. Jas, we'll let you start this one off. Rams at Tampa Bay. Another tough game. Tough one to pick, in my opinion.
It's another tough one, but I'm not high on the Rams. I don't know if anyone is left that's high on the Rams much at all, or the Bucks. I mean, if you look at both these teams, it sucks. This is one of these games where it's just pick the home team, pick which older quarterback you like. Now maybe Brady's another week away from his mental craziness, and he's going to start getting back into football. I don't know, but Bucks at home. I suppose that's the logical pick, James.
James, your pick.
I picked the Bucks because I don't have any faith whatsoever in the Rams, and I don't want them to win. And I heard an interview with Brady this week, and he basically he's aware of what's going on. I mean, he's aware that they've not been good and they've been completely ineffective. And he's like, look, my personal life and my football life are completely separate. One is not affecting the other. He's like, this is what we need to do. Let's put our balls out there and see if we can do it. So I believe that his pep talk to himself, whether it's true or not, is enough to get him at least going in this game. I do think he's going to get hit a couple times pretty hard by Aaron Donald, and I can't wait to see that.
Me too. I love seeing Brady get hurt. This is another trifecta game, guys. I'm going to add one thing to it also. Brady did talk about in his press conference, his divorce. He really hasn't talked about it a whole lot. He finally came out and talked about it. I think admitting and being able to talk about it probably is therapy for him to kind of say, you know what, you're right. Let's get this out there. Blah, 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 blah. Tired of answering. It's kind of dying down. You know what? I'm sure it was peaking when they were losing all those games. Now it's kind of dying back down. I'm with you guys. I think he gets back in the locker room, gets a hold of that team and says, hey, I'm not the GOAT for no reason. We need to start winning some games. They can still make the playoffs. They can make a good push towards the end of the year. Their defense is still going to hold them into games. I think Winfield might be out, but other than that, their D still plays spectacular. So we'll move on. Last two games of the week, Sunday night football. We got the Titans at the Chiefs in KC. I feel like this one is Kansas City at home on Sunday night. That place is going to be insane. Talk about like the 12th man. I know Seattle and Arrowhead battle back and forth. I know they have that thing where they're like, this team, this one's louder, this one's louder. And I think it's went back. And I'm just telling you, playing in Kansas City on Sunday night, good luck for this rookie quarterback. Even if it's Tannehill, I still feel like they don't have enough. King Henry will run the ball well, but the Chiefs offense is way too much for the Titans D. I'm going to say Chiefs at home. Jasper?
100% agree. Chiefs at home, Mahomes at home, Andy Reid at home, everybody at home. And they will have a package or two for Mr. Kadarius Toney, and hopefully his hammies tighten up and they can deal with that now. Chiefs at home.
James Morris.
I don't mind giving the Arrowhead Stadium or whatever it's called now the nod for the loudest stadium. I don't mind doing that because, I mean, at least the 12th man are a bunch of fucking assholes, which is basically what Chiefs fans are, a bunch of assholes. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to be fucking drunk, loud hillbillies. Go ahead. I mean, that's loud. That's what makes the most noise. Sophisticated people that live in Seattle and work on tech all day long, for them to even come close to the fucking hillbilly redneck pieces of shit, city fans. I mean, there really shouldn't even be it shouldn't be going back and forth, is what I'm saying. You know, you have these sophisticated, high level thinking people, and then the absolute bottom of the barrel human beings, Kansas City fans.
In fighting words.
It is what it is. But I'm gonna go Tennessee in this one.
In fighting words.
Kansas City
Yes.
they can't beat everybody all the time. And I just feel like this is a trap game for them. Plain and simple. Tennessee.
Boom. All right. Bold pick, my friend. Ravens at Saints Monday night game. Few years ago when Breeze was here, Breeze, Lamar, this would have been a sweet matchup. I would have loved to watch it. I think, the Saints D is pretty good, but I think the Ravens are playing at a high level. They got this new guy. I don't know if you guys heard of him, from the Bears, linebacker. I feel like that's they're ready to go. They're ready to go. The only thing they need to do is pay Lamar, and their franchise is set up for the next 10, 15 years. You got Harbaugh to stay there and Lamar. If you had those two there the rest of his career, good God. I'm saying Ravens on the road. I love seeing the Saints at home. I do like the atmosphere there. I usually think it's pretty good in New Orleans, but I think Lamar's too much in New Orleans. They win on the road. Monday Night Football. Dames Marvs, what do you think?
I think I want to hear what Jasper has to say.
Oh, because you might be thinking about the switcheroo. Jasper, who do you got?
How many defers does Damon get per show? Do I get a refer, a
I mean, they
defer?
hand out cards.
Feel free to pick New Orleans, and I might jump in with you, buddy, but I need to hear your analysis. I literally, this is the only one I didn't put one down yet, because I was like, I'm going to wait till the last minute.
I have not heard.
I don't have a pick.
I had a concern last week, and that was how healthy was Mark Andrews and how would that affect the team, and how unlikely, like Isaiah Likely, came to the rescue. And I don't have that concern anymore. I feel like the Ravens can move the ball with either of those two at tight end. Ravens will win on the road, and I will not be under 500 again this week. Promise you that.
Ooh.
Well, I've made some childish decisions this week. We can all admit. One thing I don't regret is my thoughts on Chiefs fans. You literally are the bottom of the barrel human beings.
Come on, Chiefs fans, let's hear it.
However, enough of that. I do think that Lamar Jackson doesn't have anyone to throw the ball to but tight ends. And I think that New Orleans' coaching staff is smart enough to figure that out. They'll have an answer for it. They have Alvin Kamara. They're at home. They're coming off a big win. All signs point to New Orleans for me. So that's who I'm picking.
There we go. Boom. James Morris. I think, it's pretty good that we're able to do this because, again, and the thing is when you pick these teams or I pick a team or Jeff, like, this is what I love about NFL, and I'm hoping everyone at home will, is like, we may think we know the answers, but we don't. Because every week one of us is like, what the, who? Every week.
Well, and I may be right and I may be crazy. But literally I'll fucking sleep fine whether I make the right choices or not ultimately.
I mean, at the end of the year when you guys have to pay me out because I both your asses, then
there will be. I think season 2 should have a wager on it because
I think season 1 should have a trophy and then I just hold it up.
Okay, we can do that. We can absolutely do that.
Starting
I want
next
to have
week.
it brought to you by just because I think it's fun.
Okay. Brought to you by.
This is legit brought to you by Pulp Fiction. All right. Recently met Dwayne Whitaker, who plays the guy that runs the shop that has the gimp in the bottom.
Uh-huh.
And look what he wrote on here. He goes, to Damon, fuck you, you gimp.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Go watch Pulp Fiction. It's
Great
fucking,
movie. Great movie.
fucking great movie. Anyway, you guys are amazing. I'm with you. I'm with you. My heart's with you guys this week.
Thanks. I said goddamn.
I love you.
Thanks.
Yeah, but you said that when Breeze got hurt too. You're like, after a 62-yard run, Breeze went down. God damn it.
Yeah. Right.
That's one of my favorite moments in NFHell history. Also, my actual favorite moment is when I said that the Chiefs fans are the lowest possible common denominator on the planet.
Times 3.
Yeah,
Boom.
Are
James's thoughts are his own. His opinions are his own.
Let's hear what yours are down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. NF.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, James.
Don't forget to speak your piece in the comments section. Also, like and subscribe to Lock 22 Productions, and thank you for listening to NFHell.